What we always talk about here at UpKeep is, it is really important to track metrics, to track a metric and aim to improve better than you were yesterday.
Yep.
So knowing, that MTBF might not be the best metric to track, what should, we start tracking? What are good metrics to track as a maintenance reliability team?
For a maintenance team, it's uptime, right? Availability, but not the MTBF over MTBF plus MTTR. Those are averages that obscure what you're really looking for. If you have a 8-hour shift where you're running equipment, or you have a run that goes for a week or 6 weeks, your ops manager wants to know what's the probability that if we turn this equipment on and start the shift or start the run, that it'll complete it, right? How many hours of our schedule are we going to actually be producing products? What's our availability? In its true availability. And in today's factories, you can measure it directly, right? You don't have to estimate it or take samples or anything else. Oftentimes that's the most important one. Now, of course, reliability and time to repair come into play in that. But I'm still interested. There's one factory I work with, they were canning soup, a big famous soup maker. And what a loud factory. They had tin cans all over the place. And one of the things they were interested in is and this was like a $10 million project of, do we add redundancy or not in order to improve our availability and our ability to quickly switch the line over from one product to another product. And what they found is that when they switched size of cans or size of bottles, for example, that they had a very, very high failure rate until they got it all tweaked in and tuned in and everything else. And they were working on their changeover methodology also. But they were looking at, if we can get to that lower failure rate quicker, this would make sense. We'll spend the $10 million and adjust our lines. If we can't do that, then it's not worth doing. We'll work on other methods to improve our changeovers. And it was a decreasing failure rate, but the only metric they used was MTBF. And so if the run went for a week, you got a great MTBF. If the run only went for 6 hours, it was horrible. And that's not helping you. You need to see the pattern that's occurring. Every single shift showed this decreasing failure rate. And so we did a lot more modeling of that changing failure rate, and then found that sweet spot of how much, and it balanced with what their investment was in order to get those changeovers to an appropriate failure rate quicker. But if they ignored the changing failure rate or used a surrogate which masked that information, it would have taken them a much, much longer to find out what to do and how to move forward with it. So that's part and parcel of why I really don't like that metric.